Hiya, this is Finn Graves, and this is my video blog, An Artful Life, and today I want to talk to you about my graphic novel. So this graphic novel, Rich Off by Doodles, I wrote in 2012, and I reread it last night because I'm working on another project, and it's 2016 now. 4 years, and I had a second graphic novel that I wrote, and I kind of just scrapped it. I scrapped it a couple of months ago and was just like, no, this is like a bunch of thoughts, but not actually like a full thought out thing. But this graphic novel, it's interesting. Like, let me read you the first little bit. This is mine. As you all probably know, or have discovered before turning this page, I did not succeed in my endeavor to take over the world with strange, compelling drawings. I really wanted them to perch on telephone poles, or teach my books to fly into your waiting arms. And I have no hard feelings about this. I did not burn all of my attempts, or smash any further infuriating technology, besides that one demonic video camera when it thwarted my newest attempts to brainwash the masses with positivism. People just really like defeat, don't they? And I was looking at this, and like, half of what this book is a note reminder to myself. I wrote it because Bethany was pretty depressed, and I didn't know how to handle that, and I didn't know what to do about it, because my default is, if I'm really depressed, I'm going to make some art, I'm going to go outside, I'm going to feed myself, I'm going to cuddle the dogs, I'm going to go through all this whole list of coping skills, right? And sometimes people just need to, like, lay there, be depressed. But I'd never seen anybody just lay there and be depressed, especially not somebody that I was really in love with. And so that was a new experience for me, so how I handled it is by writing this graphic novel. Yeah. And I want to show you some pictures from it, because the art, I think, is the most compelling part. I was still smoking when I wrote this graphic novel, and this picture is in our bedroom. I see pictures of Bee all over the place, all the time, and it's funny. I kind of want to do someday a series work of just all the framed pieces that I've ever drawn of her, put them all around town. And, okay, so... right? Depression. It's like a little depression monster. So I was looking at this stuff and I was thinking, oh, and so I wrote it this way because I didn't know. I'd never written a graphic novel. I had read very few comic books when I wrote this graphic novel, and there's 100 pages of black and white, both words and art, and I still love the art in it. 6 years later, it's just this like whimsical, subtle, scratchy art that I don't really have anymore, and it's definitely not the style that I'm doing for my next graphic novel. But every time I hit a project, I like to review the last project that I've done, and ooh, I love this page. I love this page. See it? Yeah, and I love the page because of this part. So it says here, I'm going to read it to you. One of my best friends likes to tease me. She tells me I'm unempathetic. I say she's wrong. She says she's not teasing. I say, I don't like feeling everyone else's emotions. My own are enough. There's a difference between being an empath and empathy, she says. She sits down and writes. I draw, and we both think. You never stop screaming. You just learn to drown out the noise. And I think that that's something poignant that really, like, hits me strongly still 4 years later. And so a lot of the art showcases that stuff, as well as everything in here is drawn with a pen. It's drawn with a pen. I didn't use a pencil at all. There's no go backs. Everything's just the way it was, which was unnerving to put into the world because my sketchbooks are completely different than my actual work. My buddy Chrissy could totally attest to this. Sometimes we both have sketchbooks that are like, stick figure, and people are like, you're an artist, and we're like, shut the fuck up, you don't even know. Can you see what we see from that stick figure? No, you can't. So get off your high horse and go do some drawings, and then come back and speak to me. They never do. So yeah, so I was looking through it and just thinking, this one ended up on a mural, and let's see. Yeah, no, I was just looking at it and thinking, oh, okay, so this is what I'm going to be doing again. I'm going to be going through this, what can I change, what do I see, and I found that my voice, even while really casual and sometimes fragmented, was still poignant, you know, was still just like, had something to say, which is good, because I'm making another one. And it's definitely all of this graphic novel. This is like when we first moved into the house that we still live in. So Bethany had come to Hawaii with me, and we like knew each other, but like in that like deep, intimate knowing of one's emotions way, versus knowing each other like knowing each other. And so when I'm a little resistant to moving in with people, and B and I have lived together for 5 years now, but then she'd come to Hawaii with me, and then I came and stayed with her after we'd road tripped across the country. It was amazing and brilliant, and I loved it. And then we moved into this house, this one right here, that I'm standing in, into this room. This was my room from the beginning, because it's mine. And I came downstairs, and I get sick on moving day. I get like really sick, which I mentioned in the graphic novel. And I came downstairs, and my entire living room was covered in black garbage bags. And I was like, oh my god. We moved in with another woman, and I was like, oh my god, there's just so much stuff. And I only had like what would fit in my car. So like something to sleep on, and all my art supplies, pretty much. My camera, which is an art supply. And so none of that was the roommates, it was all Bethany's. I married a hoarder that I love. I believe she's very, very clean. Anyways, so more about this graphic novel. Instead of calling my wife a hoarder, I'm just gonna laugh and say, I'm not a hoarder and you have so much stuff. It's true. I totally have so much stuff now. I don't know, I'm just like, let's see. We just like flip through it. Look at that. You just got so much in it. I can't even, I mean like really I should be flipping through it like this for you. But then it's totally backwards. Oh, I like this one. Can you see that? It's a drawing, and then a Bethany, and then a me. But also, I like this combination of strange shifting shapes in the graphic novels. The one critique that I would have for it, besides I was younger, I had different younger thoughts, is my handwriting's a little difficult to read, because I'm writing in that space where my brain's just like, oh yeah, get these words down. Not like, I'm gonna be awesome and write things politely and great. So that's one thing. If you're willing to struggle through my handwriting, the art is totally worth it. You can go check it out, and I'll put the link for this specific graphic novel down below. And yeah, you can go check it out. Otherwise, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next week.